Some folks seem genuinely puzzled how Superman is able to keep the Man of Tomorrow as the heart, soul, and driving force of the entire story. Others are so busy searching for reasons to nitpick the film that they're missing what's actually happening on screen. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to break it down and explain why what James Gunn did is not just genius, but exactly the blueprint for how Superman should be handled in modern cinema. This is the version of Superman built to inspire audiences today, to excite a new generation, and to remind longtime fans he's the cornerstone of the DC universe. Because when you actually look at the structure, the themes, and the world building, it becomes clear. Gunn didn't dilute Superman. He amplified him. He made every part of the story orbit around him in a way that's bold, modern, and truer to the character than people realize. Believe it or not, there are claims around the internet that say the major conflicts in the film involve other characters. Sure, Gunn's DCU is a world, not a bubble. But emotionally and thematically, all roads point back to Superman. He's the sun around which this entire film orbits. Everyone's choices, arcs, victories, their failures, they reflect who he is and what he inspires. Think about that. Instead of a lone demigod punching a problem into dust, we get a version of Superman who elevates people, changes them, pushes them to be better. That's not sidelining him. That's literally the character since 1938. Heroes help because Superman shows them how. Villains push harder because he exists. The world reacts to him, reshapes itself around him. That's a Superman movie. Authority figures or government members showing up, Lois having a killer investigative arc, Daily Planet characters feeling like real humans, the Justice Gang crashing the party like a cosmic wrecking ball. Some call that an ensemble. I call it context that makes Superman matter even more. Because when the world is full, layered, and alive, Superman's choices hit harder. His compassion feels louder. His heroism feels bigger. His impact feels earned. You want to understand who Superman is? Show the world he's trying to save and how it pushes back, supports him, challenges him. Gunn built a world because Superman deserves a world worth saving. You know, there's people that literally say if others help solve parts of the story, Superman must not be essential. But this movie isn't telling the story of a lone warrior atop a pillar. It's telling the story of a leader whose actions ripple outward. The government stepping in, that tells us what Superman stands against. Lois's driving arc, that shows the humanity he's fighting for. The Justice Gang smashing through the narrative, that tests Kal-El's patience, morals, and resolve. When a hero inspires others to rise with him, it doesn't dilute his role. It cements his legacy. This movie isn't Justice League light. It's Superman, the anchor of the entire universe. And you can't build a universe without a foundation strong enough to hold it. If 2013's Man of Steel was about solitude and burden, Superman is about community, hope, and influence. Gunn is using this film to establish a multitude of things. A world full of superhumans, a daily planet that matters, a government that challenges Superman's ideals, a larger landscape that's about to get wild, a newsroom, a girlfriend, and a planet that sees him as a symbol. Not because the movie is ensemble, but because the DCU is finally being built around Superman instead of around Batman, villains, or disconnected pieces. This is a modern update of what Donner did in 1978 and what the animated series excelled at in the late 90s. We all need to let the world breathe. Let it show us why Superman is at the heart of it. By paying attention, the takeaway isn't Superman is irrelevant. It's Superman is important enough that his movie sets the tone, the politics, the morality, and the possibilities for an entire universe. That's not a downgrade. That's hope in universe and out. It's been a long time coming. Superman doesn't need to win the movie by himself to matter. He needs to inspire the world around him. And according to every credible critic and many audience reviews, That's exactly what the story does. The film gave us a human Superman, a hopeful Superman, a challenged Superman, a leader Superman, and a Superman who shapes the world just by existing in it. That's powerful. That's modern. That's Superman in 2025. And honestly, that's the version that fans have been waiting for.